Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is you probably see this little orange dot probably sitting in your lobby and you're like, what is it? Why do I need to go to Sanctuary? Well, let's talk about this, and I'm going to bring up and show you my actual Sanctuary and kind of go over how I set mine up for my efficiency. Other people have other methods, but this is just the way I do it. So I'm going to skip tutorial because I already know what I'm doing here. We got to go to the heart of Orbis. Hey, it's Running Man Roz. Why is the game so sluggish today? This happened to me a couple times, actually. Yep, my internet connection is strong. The game is strong. Yes, I know we're setting this up. You should probably read this. I've already read it. I know what I'm doing. Or you just follow what I'm doing, and you just copy pasta. So, the cool thing is you notice you probably picked up one of these Breath of Orbis along the way. You will pick up several of these throughout the main story. In Unrecorded History, you'll pick up a few. In Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, you'll pick up a few. I think Chapter 2 has them? I don't know about 3. I haven't been into 3 too deep yet. But basically, they give you the option of you need to do this. So, ta-da, we did it. First one's free on them, then the next one's on us. So, me personally, when I start, I go initially right for the ability to hold more. Because you want, this is personally, if you're not maintaining this every so often, it's better to have more resource than generate more of it. So for me, I went all in into being able to hold the most, and then I built mine up to gain the most. And then I eventually went into this. So there's that. Now let me stop and bring up my account, and I'll go over the Sanctuary for you. All right, so now we're on my main account. So here we go. This is my actual account. Maintenance, because while it's here. Okay, so we're talking about Sanctuary. So this is how I set up my Sanctuary. Your mileage may vary. So your first priority, in my opinion, when we're working on building this, is I wanted to max out the ability to hold the most amount of stones and the most amount of gold at once. Because I knew if I wasn't able to come around or whatever on how this goes ticks up, if I can just make it through, 6 hours, 8 hours, and not have to come back and maintain and collect, then I'm generating the most efficient part of my resources. Then, the next place I think I actually ended up doing is I think I came over and got the rewards next. Because again, in my thinking is I'm not able to come around and maintenance this thing all the time. So I don't need it to be generating the most. I need to be getting the most reward and being able to come back the least amount of time possible. And then I went in and I finished all of this off. Now, after this, your mileage may vary. Do we get lucky today? Hey, we got lucky. So, next, in my opinion, right now, you want to stay away from the steel workshop as you start leveling up in the beginning. Reason being is if you're not to the point of wyvern hunting or doing hunts, crafting gear is pointless. So you'll be saving for this. What I did is I came in to the Forest of Souls, and this is how I did it. Because I knew that I'd be wanting to keep this up as much as possible. The reason I don't have mine completely maxed is for this reason right here. I've got my crafting and my my alchemist steep. So I've got the steel workshop and alchemist steeple both at near max. This one is about as maxed as I can get it for right now. I still got to finish up some stuff to get a few more Breath of Orbis. As soon as I do, I'll be in here maxing this out to get this to cost as least as possible. And everything else that I have collected so far spent maxed out everywhere else. So in my mind, I'm okay keeping 2 of these up. Yeah, it's great to have 3. I would like 3, but I need more. But to me, crafting's more important than crafting and keeping crafting down, the cost down. Everything that revolves around crafting, since that's where you're going to get a lot of your gear, I want it to be as streamlined as possible. So I came in and said, okay, at least give me the chance for all the good stuff. Cool. And then I just went up and I leveled it up once so I could be able to raise 2 things at once. Some people are going to say you're going to need to raise 3 at once, especially with the new penguin system. I could see that. But I would rather finish out my alchemist steeple and reduce the cost even there more than have 1 extra penguin leveling up. So personally, you're going to hear some people say that you're going to want to come down here to High Command, and you're going to want to spend a lot in here and to be able to unlock so that you can farm the currency of the conquest points. I do understand where they come from here, and especially with that and Labyrinth coins, or the ancient coins that you get from Labyrinth. I do understand where they're coming from, but me, I'm all about gold efficiency. I didn't even do anything in here. I don't even get stigma. I only farm gold, and I farm the 2 most expensive gold ones, again, so that I don't have to come back. Is this a lot of gold? No. But does it help daily? Yeah, it adds up. When you do this, if you accept this several times a day, it adds up over time to be a decent chunk of income that's passive. Again, I'm thinking from my, like, MMO days, anything that goes into currency that I need to spend to then spend on something else. Sure, the conquest points are great. You know, there's a lot of great gear you can buy with it. I can see the value in it. But for me, in my mentality, I would rather just go actually PvP and get the points to do this. And, you know, you always want to buy these for players that have been around a bit. You want to buy the Unknown Slate because that's a free imprint on limited rare characters. You know, if there's something you're out there trying to get, that's you're saving for that first, and then everything else is secondary when it comes to gear, because there's some one-off gear you can buy in here that's pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't roll bad. Ancient coins, some people buy the bug charms for Hell Raid, and some people use it to buy the charms for accessories. That's where most of mine go, is into accessory charms. I have several bug charms, and I'll have more by the time Hell Raid rolls back around next month. I shouldn't have to buy any more. So with Sanctuary, like I said, your mileage may vary on how you want to do it. That's how I do it. This is how I approach it. I wanted the maximum resources that I can generate into my game at once. As you saw, I got the 200% bonus. That's huge. That's another one of my secrets of why I'm getting so many Sky Stones, is I get lucky on bonuses. I farm my butt off. There's a lot of loot all around the place. I've maxed out my crafting because, again, I'm trying to craft gear. I'm trying to get better gear. I use this to get, you know, gear conversions, to create gear, because as we farm garbage gear, we're able to go in and say, let's see if I got something real quick I can just hit and be like, it's trash. Yeah, so like here, I would never use this. So we're after, you know, extracting gear and getting these to then make other gear. So if we get garbage gear, we do that. And so that's why I want this to cost as little as possible, because the more gold I save in my crafting, the more gold I have to spend on crafting to get the next upgrade. So that's Sanctuary in a nutshell. Let's move on to the next section.